You know, I thought these two videos did very well, so I might as well just get back to working on my own videos. Like the 2014 review and G-Fest, stuff like that. Even if I'm a little burnt out, there's no way nothing could even get in my way. Wait, what? Well, I knew it! Well, I mean, is there anything... I'll talk about this first. So yeah, SH has done it again. But it's not in the way that I really expected it to be. Now, while they have shot a shitty figure, they actually made one that's actually kind of decent. So we're gonna talk about the better one first. After dying in King of the Monsters, Mothra, the Queen of the Monsters, is reborn again in GXK. The older one, of course. But hey, at least she's back, she does stuff, and now we're finally supposed to get a figure of her, which I appreciate. And SH was one of the first to reveal theirs. Playmates was the first. Now, if I'm gonna be honest, this actually doesn't look bad. It looks just like her in the film. I never liked the original King of the Monsters Mothra because of how inaccurate it was. Like, come on, really, look at this. It looks like someone spread mustard all over her. That, or more so, she looks like a seasoned leaf. But they actually improved on a lot of things for this one. I still have problems though. For one, I really like the basic gold colors as they were presented well in the movie and on this figure as well. I like her wings here. They really look majestic with the patterns. That of course would be a compliment to the design, but still this figure really shines it up. The dry brushing and paint on the figure is actually a lot more better than on the King of the Monsters figure. As you can see with this figure, there's actually a lot more detail with the paint, like on the back and on the head, and it's really presented well. That's pretty much all I liked from this Mothra release, as it added new details from this sculpt. I say this sculpt because it's the exact same sculpt. Granted, this is the exact same design, but there's still a lot of more detail on the newer one. That, and they could have improved on the original sculpt, but no. They decided to put the exact same sculpt that was present on the King of the Monsters figure. It honestly wouldn't have been a bother to add in some fur. I want you guys to take a look at the Playmates Mothra real quick. Granted, the wings look printed on, but it still doesn't look bad for a $10 toy. I say $10 because this Mothra is in an almost $100 set, and those wings are noticeably printed on. Not to be rude, but it almost looks like a Lego sticker. At least with the original King of the Monsters figure, it looked painted, but this one really feels lazy. But yeah, that's pretty much all for Mothra. It added new things prior to the previous figure, which I really liked, but it suffers from laziness prior to a reuse of the original sculpt and just very obvious printed on wings. Sure, you can print the wings on Mothra, but this just looks very obvious. But still, I'm inclined to say that this is probably the best figure of the line so far. I'm not even kidding with myself. Now, of course, it's not really much of a high bar to beat, obviously. It's not really like a championship, but we still have one more figure to go. And I'd argue that this is very horrid. Oh my god, something's happening. What is going on? Why is everything red? Why do I feel the suspense of something coming out? Well. You charge us almost $100 and you give us something like this. After finding his way into the subterranean realm, Kong finds another one of his kind, a younger one, the name being Suko. While Kong and Suko may have had a rough meeting, they start to bond during the events of the film. Suko was a great addition to the film and a great part of Kong's character. And of course, just like every other character in the film, I wanted a figure of him. I got the Playmates one, but I'm pretty sure I want a more articulated one. And surprisingly, SH Monsterarts has made a 2-pack with Mothra and Suko. Mothra looked great, however, so how's Suko? Okay, alright. First off, I don't even know where to start with this. Just look at him. But if I'm gonna be fair, to start off, I really like the sculpt on the head, the body, the legs, not really the arm. I like the hands though. And I like the brown paint that's pretty much everywhere. And I like the two head sculpts that were first presented. You guys definitely might be calling me nitpicky saying this is just an observation, but since probably half of you guys might like this figure, I'm just trying to be fair over here. Anyways, that's pretty much all I like about this figure. Can we just move on, please? Remember how Suko was intended to be cute? Yeah, well, this isn't. I hate this roaring face. He looks like Springtrap. Plus, his mouth is very small, just like both Kong and Scar King. What is it with Tamachi giving the monkeys small mouths? On the neutral head, I hate the eye paint because he looks soulless. On the roaring head, I hate the eye paint because it looks messy and more like a rabid raccoon. Sure, he wasn't too kind to Kong when they first met, but he wasn't a killer. Literally nothing about this speaks premium. If that Tamashii sticker is on the box, so God help me, they have lost their minds. Because if they're gonna charge almost $100 just so that way we can get something like this, I think I may have been too harsh on Scar King and Shimo. Now you guys might say, oh, but Chuchit, this is a smaller figure. Do you notice that the Playmates has better paint than this? Also, don't even try to justify that. Literally, small figures can get the same amount of paint detail as keychains. Like, actual good quality. Also, this is almost $100 that they're charging over here, so I expect the absolute best. They did not deliver that with this roaring head at all. He wants to die, look at him. I also don't like how the skin color palette is just charcoal black when he had like a grayish gibbon color in the movie. So he looks a little freaky with the charcoal black on him and makes him look like a burnt pizza or chocolate cake with black outlayers. I really need to step up my game with comparisons because food is not really doing it for me. Now, I mentioned earlier that I didn't point out anything about the arms because originally I had no comment. That's because the first thing that I saw when this figure popped up on my feed were its arm joints. Okay, this definitely needs to be said.
That's what you get! That's what you get! How dare you! How dare you! How dare you kill me! How dare you! How dare you! How dare you! How dare you shit on me! Cheat! You're a cheater! Cheater!
That may have been an overreaction, but still, these look like old Marvel Legends joints. It's funny too, because Hasbro has improved on those joints later on. The exposed joints aren't even color-coded correctly. One has an outline, and one just looks like a nail. If you're gonna make an arm joint like this, make it the same color as the body, and don't put in exposed joints because that just ruins the vision of the figure. Funny thing is, the same goes for the legs, and holy shit. It even looks worse on the foot. It looks like a pimple patch. They didn't even try. Sure, the Playmates might have some exposed joints, but the SH Monsterarts actually has the same amount. This is taking into the account that the engineering of the arms are a lot different between the two. And the fact that the Monsterarts has exposed joints on its feet. Both of them have actually about 16 exposed joints. Yes, both of them. With Playmates, it's excusable because considering the fact it's $10, but you don't get something like this with the other Monsterarts figures. Point is, they could have done a lot better with the joints, and they could have used the same joint engineering for the arms, just like Playmates. And maybe mix it in with a little bit of modern Marvel Legends. But basically, with those joints, it's just gonna lose the illusion of the figure. Two more things I want to point out. The teeth are a little thick, and it looks like the eye colors have like different colors at some certain points. Could just be the promos, but it was just an observation. Alright, so as for accessories, this 2-pack actually does have some. Suko comes with separate faces, separate hands, and a separate stand. Mothra comes with a stand, as expected. Oh, there's one more accessory. What's this? I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna have no reaction to this and just get straight to the point. So yeah, essentially the entire GXK line has just been a build-a-figure for Kong. And look, I don't want to sound ridiculous more than I already do, but I feel like Tamashii's just getting desperate. All they could have done was just include every single accessory that has been included with other figures with the original Kong figure. I've said enough that was already said in this video, but basically, Tamashii did a shit job at this. I'm just saying. This may have been a little short for me, but that's pretty much it. Now, just like I said in the previous two videos, if you like these figures and you want them, go ahead. The price for the 2-pack will be about $90. I'll even link the figures in the description for those who want to buy it. Honestly, these 3 sets of videos that I've been talking about for the past 2 months or so have been a lot of fun. And considering they are Godzilla content, I have a couple of videos in the works that will be ready to release for you guys. If you want to get these figures, go ahead. No one's stopping you, obviously. These videos have obviously been about my personal opinion on how I feel about these figures, and I don't want anyone to affect another's opinion just because they say so. Just remember to stay kind around this community, because honestly, I think every community just needs that, and I wouldn't have had a better way without you guys. So I just want to thank every single one of you for supporting me so far and helping me get to this point. I can't wait to see where I go with this channel. I'm Chucher, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. So Comic-Con happened not too long ago, and I see this image. Multiple images of the SH Monsterarts Evolved Godzilla. And, well, I did put 2 to 2 together, and, yeah, I was pretty much right.